This morning is very bright, and today is the last day of exams. All high-achieving students will gather and compete against each other, just like Yin, who is currently determined to study for her semester exams. She doesn't even pay attention to her surroundings as she walks, staying focused on reading class notes that have become as thick as a holy book. She is so absorbed in her studies that she doesn't realize there is a guy waiting for her ahead. Yin's head bumps into something solid but warm. Startled, she looks up to see who owns the sturdy chest. Yin displays her typical smile upon seeing the familiar guy, none other than Jungkook. Lucky you bumped into me. Imagine if it were a wall, it would have hurt, right? Be careful when walking. Jungkook flicks his finger on her petite forehead. They have been friends since elementary school, often together, and coincidentally, they are still in the same school, even if occasionally in different classes. Yin's heart started to race, hearing Jungkook say such words as if he were ready to be her protective shield wherever she went. Now Yin is frozen, continuing to gaze at him with her cheeks blushing. Jungkook, noticing Yin in a daze, becomes confused and waves his hand in front of Yin's face. Hey, are you okay? Why are you daydreaming? Yin is still in a daze until Jungkook becomes more perplexed and finally gently strokes her head a bit forcefully. Yin is surprised and looks bewildered. Huh? Oh, sorry. I wasn't focused. What did you say earlier? Now Jungkook looks annoyed, wondering why his friend often gets lost in thought around him. Is this exam so important to her that she doesn't care about her surroundings? Never mind. Hurry inside before the door closes. Jungkook shifts to gently hold her hand and leads her inside, while Yin just nods, still half aware. Some students who see their closeness immediately whisper, suspecting that Jungkook and Yin's relationship is more than just friendship. The bell rang. All the students who were previously outside the classroom enjoying themselves, rushed inside and prepared their writing tools neatly on their desks for the upcoming exam. Soon, the echoing footsteps of someone approached the classroom. With each step, Yin's heart pounded twice as fast as the footsteps. She knew the atmosphere of this exam was particularly tense for her, especially given the pressure from her parents to maintain her previous academic performance. The class teacher, who continued to make Yin's heart beat faster, appeared in the corridor of the third grade classroom with a stack of papers in her arms. This time, it wasn't just Yin who was nervous. The entire class quickly assumed an upright sitting position with unsettled expressions. As for Jungkook, the guy remained calm with his poker face. Although considered cold by all the students in his school, his handsome and charismatic appearance melted every girl's heart, making it impossible for them to hate him. Except for Yin, his demeanor changed only towards her, appearing warmer, though his expression remained stoic. Yin was now gazing at him nervously, hoping for his smile to bring calmness to her. Jungkook smiled, trying to reassure her while gesturing with a nod of his head and raising his thumb towards her, indicating that Yin could definitely do well on the exam. Yin became calmer, nodding firmly, and her gaze returned to the front, focusing on her class teacher. Good morning, everyone. Are you ready for today's exam? It's the last day. All students answered in unison, indicating their tension. The teacher chuckled and shook her head slowly. Her gentle demeanor always encouraged her students to be honest whenever she inquired about their feelings. I understand this is your final year, and you've studied diligently, so don't be too tense and stay motivated. Because it's the last day, tomorrow your exam results will be released one by one for each subject, and for those with low grades, be prepared for remedial. The teacher immediately started calling out each student's name and distributing their exam papers. After everyone received their answer sheets, the exam bell rang, and everyone hurriedly began working on their questions one by one. Yin appeared to be working quickly and in a rush, with a furrowed forehead, while Jungkook seemed calm, working on the exam leisurely. Eventually, when the exam bell signaled the end, everyone returned to their teacher to submit their answer sheets. The highest score in the last semester was achieved by Jungkook. Hopefully, someone can compete with him this semester. Good luck. You may take a break. Many students rushed out of the classroom. Yin's friend sitting in front of her turned around with a gloomy face. Heejin, her friend, was more talkative than her, to the point that Yin didn't want to study with Heejin during exams as it disturbed her concentration. Yin, what do we do? It's a disaster if my exam scores are bad again. I don't want my name to be struck off the family card and end up as a homeless person. Maybe it's your destiny to be homeless. If it happens, don't ask me to take you in. Yin teased with a small chuckle, leaving Heejin wide-eyed and groaning in frustration. Yin's gaze shifted to Jungkook, who was sitting at the back. She noticed he had been looking at her since earlier. Yin quickly averted her eyes and turned to Heejin. Why do I feel awkward every time I see him? Yin thought, her heart still beating fast. Hey Yin, didn't you hear? You were just kidding earlier, right? I'll take it as a joke. Just be careful in case I really become a homeless person. Suit yourself. Heejin widened her eyes, and Yin laughed at her friend's panic. She rose from her seat and leaned close to Heejin's ear. Relax, Heejin. I'm already on the verge of being erased from the family registry since last semester. Heejin burst into laughter. Yin shook her head as she saw her friend satisfied after hearing her recent statement. While Yin was still standing, someone gently tapped her shoulder. Her gaze shifted, and her cheeks blushed again upon seeing who it was. Let's grab lunch. He invited her briefly while gently wrapping his arm around her shoulders. Yin nodded and ended her conversation with Heejin. Heejin started teasing them as a couple. Oh, already invited by your boyfriend for lunch? Yin felt embarrassed, and outside the classroom, everyone watched them walking together, accompanied by Heejin's teasing remarks echoing like a mocking microphone, loud and clear. Be careful, Yin. Jungkook, please take care of my friend. Don't ever let go of her hand, or she'll get lost. As they walked down the corridor, many girls cast disdainful glances at her, making her truly uncomfortable. Why are you so popular? Now I'm the target of their scornful looks as if they're going to devour me. I didn't ask to be popular. They're just being coquettish. Forget about them. Even if someone dares to bother you, I'll be the one to deal with them. Once again, his words intensified the pounding of her heart. How could every word from him make her feel so awkward? Now she couldn't act as casually as usual. Her heart was undeniably blossoming with joy. Now Yin is starting to understand what's in her heart. Yes, she's falling in love with her own best friend. But what should she do? Should she confess her feelings? What if Jungkook only sees her as a friend and nothing more? Yin shakes her head again. No, she won't declare her love to him. It would make things even more awkward. And what if he rejects her? Why do you look troubled again? Is it because of me? No, it's not that. I'm just worried about being cut off from the family tree after my mom sees my grades. Don't worry, we've studied together, and when we get home, I'll review the material and match our answers. You still remember all the questions? Of course. Who am I? After all, my memory is excellent. I'm good at memorizing things. Yin is astonished. How can Jungkook remember all the exam questions when there are so many that Yin's brain is about to explode? She's already struggling to think about the answers. But Jungkook, does he remember the entire content of the exam questions? A few hours later, as the school bell rang, Jungkook immediately grabbed Yin's hand, pulling her out of the classroom. Heejin shouted teasing remarks at Jungkook and Park Yin in front of the students walking through the hallway. Once again, Jungkook and Yin became the center of attention, especially for the girls, who looked heartbroken to see Jungkook, their ideal guy, being so close to Yin. There was a girl silently observing them, a girl who seemed unfamiliar and wore a uniform from a different high school. She approached Heejin, who turned to look at her in confusion. You seem unfamiliar. From your uniform, you're not a student from the school. What's your name? My name is Kim Nara, transferred from Gilsung High School. Is Jungkook in this class? Yes. You know Jungkook? Jungkook is my dad's friend's son. We've been friends since childhood. By the way, who was the girl with Jungkook earlier? Heejin furrowed her brow. Her instincts told her that Kim Nara's arrival might not be good news. The girl looked beautiful but gave off an air of arrogance, seemingly from an affluent background. However, Heejin tried to act casual and responded in a neutral tone, even though in her heart, she really wanted to interrogate the purpose of this girl's arrival in her class. Oh, I see. Yin is Jungkook's girlfriend, by the way. She's a good friend of mine. Nara widened her eyes and covered her wide-open mouth. She was shocked to hear Heejin's words, stating that Yin was Jungkook's girlfriend. Oh my, really? I thought he didn't have a girlfriend because when I asked him, he said he was single. Yes. They are often together. Wherever and whenever I always see them walking together. Nara's expression showed displeasure. Heejin intentionally teased this girl, although she didn't know her true character yet. However, the first impression upon seeing her somehow made Heejin annoyed. Alright then, I'll go now. Thanks for the information. See you later. Kim Nara waved her hand and walked away from Heejin. Heejin waved back and smiled sweetly, but as soon as the girl was out of sight, Heejin immediately put on an annoyed expression and sighed in frustration. Her intuition clearly told her that this time, things were not good. In a different place, Yin and Jungkook are focused on discussing today's exam questions. They chose the library because Yin prefers a quieter place to study, although Jungkook actually wanted to invite her to study at a cafe. It's been a while since we went to a cafe. When was the last time we went there? Let's think about the cafe later. This is a matter of life and death for me. If I finish and my grades are satisfactory, then you can invite me to the cafe as much as you want. Just remember, you're treating. Okay, I'll treat you. But make sure your grades really improve, alright? Yes, I know. That's why I want to check my grades now. Hurry up. I want to check the answers to the exam questions. Jungkook nodded and started listing each question along with its answer key. Yin listened attentively and noted the answers with his guidance. At the end of the questions, Yin displayed a bright smile and soon cheered in excitement. So thrilled, she leaned towards Jungkook, who was sitting right beside her. Jungkook widened his eyes and froze for a moment, feeling the unexpected embrace from Yin without any warning. Eventually, one of his hands reciprocated her hug, gently stroking her back. Yay, only got 3 wrong out of 30 questions. I'm so happy. Thanks, Jungkook. You're welcome. After the excitement, Yin realized she was hugging him. She fell silent, staring at his face, which was just inches away from hers. Meanwhile, Jungkook calmly looked back at her. Yin's gaze shifted to his neck, unconsciously swallowing. Although Yin was now aware, she was reluctant to let go of their hug. She also noticed that Jungkook didn't avoid her hug, and one of his hands reciprocated her embrace, making Yin want to linger in this position. Jungkook had truly managed to make her comfortable. Please don't be loud in the library, Yin. Quickly, Yin released the hug and bowed in embarrassment upon hearing the warning from Shinmina, the library attendant who was familiar with Yin's frequent visits. However, Yin was known for reading novels or comics rather than textbooks. Sorry, miss, got carried away, Yin quipped, and Mina just shook her head in confusion, returning to organize the borrowed books. People in the library observed Yin and Jungkook, exchanging whispers. Congratulations, your grades will definitely improve. Jungkook tried to lighten the mood, but it only made Yin more nervous, and her cheeks turned as red as a tomato. Seeing this, Jungkook with concern asked, Yin, are you feeling unwell? No, Before Yin could finish her sentence, she felt a warm touch on her forehead. Yes, it was none other than Jungkook's large and warm palm. Yin widened her eyes, and her heart started beating uncontrollably. At that moment, Yin became certain about her feelings. This was not just a friendship anymore. Hastily, she lowered her head, burying her face on the table, leaving Jungkook puzzled. You stay quiet for a moment. My face is ugly now. Don't do anything or my heart will explode. With that, Yin silenced Jungkook, who was still confused about the meaning behind her words. All he knew for sure was that Yin was embarrassed to the point of being the center of attention. Hey, don't mind them. Jungkook's remark made Yin look up again, and her gaze turned sharply towards him. It seemed Jungkook was genuinely oblivious. I don't care about them. You, on the other hand. For some reason, Yin became irritated with Jungkook. Suddenly, she pinched his waist out of frustration. This guy was utterly insensitive. Ugh, that hurts, Yin. Good. Yin continued pinching his waist persistently. Eventually, she was released because Jungkook let go of her pinch. The pull on her hand caused her body to be positioned against his broad chest. Yin wanted to move away, but her waist was held by him. I have to repay you. What should I do for you? Yin's heart raced faster. Jungkook was still holding her as if hugging her. Do you want to pinch me too? No way. I could never hurt you. So, what do you want to do in return? I'll just tickle you, okay? Until you cry from holding back the ticklish. No, I don't want that. Yin screamed while trying to break free from his embrace, but Jungkook still held onto her. Suddenly, if you want to argue, do it somewhere else. And Jungkook, if you want to hug her, find a more private place, not in public. Jungkook slowly releases his embrace from Yin. Once again, their actions become a topic of gossip. Jungkook, seeing Yin's face turning even redder, suggests, wanna step outside? Yin just looks at him and nods. This time, she agrees to leave the library, since they've become the center of attention due to the earlier incident. So, where do you want to go? Where should we go? Oh, didn't you promise to treat me to food if my grades went up? Let's go to a cafe. But your grades haven't been officially released. You might be claiming they improved when they actually didn't. Yin immediately puts on a pouty face, disappointed that Jungkook might not treat her to a cafe. Jungkook, seeing her expression, chuckles and playfully grabs her petite hand. Just kidding, I do intend to treat you. Alright, let's go out. A few days later, the exam results are out, and once again, Jeon Jungkook secures the top position among all the third-year students. As for Park Yin, she has experienced a significant improvement. From initially being in the top 10, she is now among the top 3 highest scores. This certainly brings joy to Yin. A few days later, this semester, the one who has shown a significant improvement in academic performance is Yin, moving from the top 10 to the top 3. Some of her friends immediately congratulated Yin. Meanwhile, Yin beamed with joy and looked at Jungkook with a warm smile. Jungkook returned the smile gently, raising his thumb. However, there was one student who had been staring at Yin with displeasure since earlier, none other than Kim Nara. Now, I want to announce that there's a new student in your class, also an achiever from Gilsung High School. Her name is Kim Nara. Please introduce yourself, Nara. Kim Nara stepped forward, capturing everyone's attention. Jungkook was surprised to hear a familiar name. He knew this girl well. Hello everyone, I'm Kim Nara from Gilsung High School and a close friend of Jungkook. Our families are well connected. The room buzzed with excitement. Yin, particularly stunned by Nara's statement, dropped her book, directing her gaze towards Jungkook, who seemed equally surprised as he looked at Kim Nara. Instantly, anxiety struck Yin. What if Jungkook becomes closer to Kim Nara? Her mind was restless. Moreover, why did Nara introduce herself while mentioning Jungkook? It seemed as if she wanted to declare that Jungkook was someone special to her. After school, Nara approached Jungkook's desk. Jungkook rose from his seat, intending to approach Yin and seemingly indifferent to Nara standing there waiting. Nara, feeling ignored, quickly grabbed Jungkook's hand. Meanwhile, Yin, angered by the scene, took the lead, grabbing Heejin's hand, who was looking at her sympathetically. The two of them eventually left Jungkook and Nara alone. Let go. Don't touch me. As you please. I don't like it. Jungkook harshly pulled his hand from Nara's grip. You're so rough, Jungkook. Considering we've known each other since childhood, I just want us to be close like we used to. It doesn't mean we can go back to the way things were. I have my own life now. But you know we're already arranged to be married? You can't treat me like this. Huh? Have you forgotten that my parents never forced me into that decision? I've clearly rejected that damn arranged marriage. And my parents didn't pressure me. Why are you forcing it? I've refused. Can't you understand that? But I like you, Jungkook. And you said you don't have a girlfriend, right? Whether I have a girlfriend or not, it's none of your business. And if it comes to dating, I have my own preferences, and it's not you. So who is it? Park Yin. Whether it's her or not, that's none of your business. You're mean, Jungkook. Nara tried once again to grab Jungkook's hand. Don't touch me. I've said it before. Why? Are you disgusted by me? I don't like being touched. So if you dare to touch me again, I won't hesitate to hurt you. Jungkook walked away, leaving Nara pouting at his departure. Yin was sitting pensively on her bed, contemplating her relationship with Jungkook. Frankly, she was anxious seeing Nara trying to get closer to Jungkook. However, if Jungkook is willing, what can Yin do? Suddenly, her phone rang from an unknown number. Who is this? It's me, Nara. I want to talk about something with you. Just want to make sure. About Jungkook, right? Yin had guessed from the beginning what Nara's intention was to call her this late. It must be related to her relationship with Jungkook. Exactly. Your instincts are sharp. Just make sure, okay? You and Jungkook don't have a special relationship, like dating or anything, right? No, we don't. Yin was getting fed up with this girl. She disliked her flirtatious and arrogant demeanor. How could she casually ask something like that without understanding others' feelings? Truly annoying. Good, my family and Jungkook's family have agreed to arrange us together, so now I have to get Jungkook closer to me. I'm relieved if you're not a couple. Thank you, Yin. Yin couldn't respond anymore. She silently ended the call. Tears flowed uncontrollably. Why didn't Jungkook ever mention that he was already promised to someone else? Today is Sunday. She has just returned from the minimarket. Before reaching her house, she wants to sit for a while on the bench near her home. She starts to contemplate. For 2 days, Yin has truly been avoiding Jungkook. In class, she keeps herself busy with Heejin. Jungkook has tried multiple times to be with her, but she consistently refuses. Yin sighs. It's only been 2 days, but it already feels so heavy. What if she truly loses Jungkook forever? Yin wants to express her feelings, but it would undoubtedly complicate the situation. This is not just about Jungkook, but also about his parents arranging a marriage between Jungkook and Nara. Yin is truly confused right now. Her feelings are mixed. Sadness, fear of losing everything, all rolled into one. What should I do? The tightness in her chest intensifies. Her eyes start to feel warm. She doesn't want to cry here. She desperately regulates her breathing to calm herself. Suddenly, Yin. She turns around. Someone is calling her from behind. Jungkook. Jungkook, without any hesitation, sits beside her. I went to your house earlier, but your mom said you went to the minimarket. We waited for you at home, but you took so long. Eventually, your mom guessed you might be at the park, so I came here. Oh, I see. So, why did you want to meet me? I miss you. You've been ignoring me for 2 days. You're mean, Jungkook. I was starting to try to forget you slowly, but you're making my efforts in vain. Forgive me, Yin. I couldn't take it anymore. I miss you so much. You don't deserve to speak like that to me, especially when you already have Nara. What did she tell you? She said that you and she were arranged by your parents. That girl is quite cunning. she probably didn't mention to you that I rejected that stupid arranged marriage. What? From the beginning, I never agreed to it, and my parents didn't force me. Besides, the arranged marriage happened because my parents knew I didn't have a girlfriend. If I had one, they wouldn't have considered arranging it. So, were you actually arranged or not? No, because I refused it, and my parents gave me the freedom to make my own decisions. Oh, I see. Hey, do you miss me? Yes, I do. Then why have you been silent until now? What do you mean? I'm confused. What am I supposed to do? Come here and hug me. Jungkook's arms were already open, and in a matter of seconds, Yin surrendered her body into his embrace. Jungkook chuckled softly while gently holding her. You're quite obedient, huh? Yin remained silent, not answering. She truly enjoyed their current moment. Her head rested on his broad chest, while Jungkook continued to softly stroke her head. Jungkook, what am I to you? How do you see me? What do you think suits you best for me? How about becoming my little sister? Let me adopt you after this. Yin immediately pulled away from his embrace, looking at him in disbelief. Huh? Are you seriously saying this to me? Jungkook just chuckled softly, continuing to gaze at her, who seemed upset at the moment. So, do you want me to consider you as my little sister or not? What do you want to be? Well, if that's the case, I'll just go home. Yin stood up from the bench and started to leave before her hand was grabbed by him, pulling her to sit sideways on his lap. Yin widened her eyes, realizing their current position. Jungkook, however, remained calm, looking at her. Sorry, baby, if I was late to realize your feelings. If I had been more aware from the beginning, things wouldn't be as complicated now. But don't worry, everything is settled because my parents support any decision I make. What about Nar then? Her, just let it be. If she dares to cross the line, I'll report it to her parents so they can teach their daughter some manners. Don't be like that. Her parents might get offended if you speak like that. Let it be. Instead of dealing with her nonsense, I'd rather report her directly to her parents. If she still doesn't learn her lesson, I'll ask my parents to talk to her or even talk to her parents about their daughter's behavior. Yin remained silent while continuously gazing at his face, which was very close to hers. Just stay calm. For me, it's just a small matter. Yin smiled, her face blushing even more. Jungkook stared closely at her face. After a few seconds, he leaned in, planting a gentle kiss on her lips. I love you, baby. I love you too, Jungkook.